Hey guys, I've got some really good news for today's video. If you are a GM truck owner, GMC or Chevrolet, and you tow an RV that has a lithium battery or a solar panel on the roof, or I guess really any trailer that has solar or lithium, and you are getting that pesky, annoying check trailer wiring error message while you were towing down the road, I've got good news. The recall that GM put out for this particular problem, the customer service bulletin, and I'll go through all these details in just a minute. I had this performed a couple months back, and I just got back from a trip with the RV towing for a little over 7 hours combined. And for the first time in over a year, I turned on my solar panel on the roof. I had it disconnected prior because I was getting that error message every time I went out and towed. But for the first time in over a year, I turned on that solar panel and I let it run the entire time on my trip while I was driving, and I did not get that check trailer wiring error message at all, not a single time over the course of 7+ hours of driving. So all that to say, the recall that GM put out, the customer service bulletin to address this particular problem, the solution is successful. And so I'm really pleased to report that good news. And I was really pleased to be able to use the solar panel on my RV. Like I said, I hadn't used it for over a year because every time I would turn that solar panel on, I would get the error message while I was towing. And I don't think I could go probably more than 15 to 20 minutes, especially if it was a sunny day outside, before I would get that error message in the EVIC. And basically what was happening is when the sun was hitting the solar panel on the roof of my RV, even though I do have a solar charge controller that's processing that power and safely sending it to the lithium battery, at times it must have exceeded a voltage threshold that the truck was expecting to receive through the 7-way connector ultimately. And so that's when the truck looked at that voltage abnormality that was perhaps slightly higher, maybe it was 14.6 or 7. And so it would look at that as a short, and so it would disconnect for safety. And so I could not use my solar panel on the road. Now you might be wondering, what is the big deal about using the solar panel on my RV while I'm towing down the road, right? And the answer is, if you have a 12-volt refrigerator in your RV, like I do, of course your food's in there, it needs to stay fresh and cold while you're towing. And so that 12-volt refrigerator is taking a draw on the RV battery. So if I can then turn on my solar panel on the RV while I'm towing, well, it significantly reduces that load on the battery to the point where I can get to my campsite and I've got almost a full battery, perhaps, especially it's a really sunny day outside. And so being able to use the solar panel, it really is a game changer in terms of conserving that battery power on the RV. Now, previously I published a video detailing 3 separate recalls I had performed on my truck here. So if you didn't catch that video, I'll put a card up above and a link in the description below. This, of course, is my 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. And one of those recalls that I detailed was this particular one, the intermittent loss of trailer brakes. The customer satisfaction program number is N as in November 232 414840, the intermittent loss of trailer brakes. And essentially it's caused by backfeeding through the power wire in the 7-way connector when you're towing and your trailer's connected to the truck. Power backfeeding essentially from the lithium battery and solar panel, perhaps it could be a combination of both, where the voltage from that system exceeded what the truck was expecting to get. And so it looked like it was backfeeding at a higher level than expected, and so that would cause what the computer registered as a short, essentially, and then it would cut the 7-way connector, and so you'd lose your trailer brakes temporarily. And it really all comes down to a particular use case. With the popularity of lithium batteries and solar setups on RVs and trailers, and the fact that originally when the trailer module was designed, it just wasn't accounted for the fact that lithium and solar setups typically have a slightly higher voltage compared to more conventional lead acid setups. And so that's what was triggering the error message. And so the solution with this particular recall was replacing the trailer brake power module in the truck itself. And that new part number is 85073615. So that is the patched, the fixed trailer power module, and that's what was replaced during the recall when I had that performed. And so replacing that module on the truck has allowed me to use my solar panel on the RV while I'm towing, and I don't get any error messages anymore. So I'm really grateful to GM for providing a solution to this particular problem. And of course, I wanted to give an update to everyone else that indeed this recall, having it performed, solved the problem for me. The error message has not come back. But on that note, do me a favor, if you are a GM truck owner and you've had this same recall performed on your truck, comment below and let us know, did it solve the problem for you? You know, everyone has different RVs, different trailer setups, and so I'm curious if this solution also worked for you and solved the error message. Comment below. I think it would be really helpful, especially to folks who are on the fence as to whether to get this recall completed on their trucks at this time. Well guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any other questions about the recall, drop a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. As always, thanks for watching.